Okay, Ed, let's go. I'm going to take you back to the year 1999, April the 23rd to be exact. I'd been married for 4 years, and I was running a very successful PR consultancy that I'd founded with my husband. But on that rainy day in April, I found myself sat next to my husband and, in a counsellor's office with the peeling paint and the cracked floor, and we were trying to save our marriage. Now, if you'd been a fly on the wall that day, you would have seen the counsellor sat opposite us in his sort of grey suit with his weary eyes. And he leant forward and he said, well, in my opinion, there is only one thing you can do to save your marriage. One of you has got to leave your business. My husband turned to me and he said, well, that'll be you then. Well, sort of, as you can imagine, my surprise, boom, there it was. Have you ever had one of those moments where you really didn't see something coming? Well, that was my first U-bomb moment. And I've got to say, it changed the way that I viewed my career from that day to this. But it was also a gift, I've got to say. So what is a U-bomb? Well, it's an unexpected event. There are high levels of uncertainty attached to it, and it can lead to you becoming unemployed or unemployable. Basically, U-bombs are a great opportunity for self-growth. So show of hands now, how many people in the audience have got a job or know somebody who has a job? Raise your hands. Okay. So great news is you've got a job at the moment. Bad news is that they predict within the next 10 years, half of the occupations that are in existence today will be redundant due to the advancement of artificial intelligence. And before the rest of you get too comfortable, if you're self-employed or run a business, well, you know there's no going back. Once you hop over that fence into self-employment, you're not going to be able to get a job anymore. After about 2 years, you become unemployable. So every one of us tonight here will at some stage face your own U-bomb moment. And what I will say is that you need to be able to reinvent yourself. So I had to take a few tips from Madonna. I said tips. I had to become a queen of reinvention. Obviously, the pointy boobies were an optional extra. I ended up in Canada after my first U-bomb moment, and I discovered the gift basket industry, and I brought it back to the UK, and I produced 3,500 hampers for the corporate market. Now, I ran that for a couple of years, but I've got to say, by that time, my marriage was completely dead in the water. Should have chosen the business, not the man, but hey, live and learn. I needed an exit strategy, so I decided I was going to become a florist. Couldn't even put flowers in a vase, but it didn't stop me. Took myself on a quick course, set up 2 shops. Had enough of that after a couple of years because of the recession, became a master stage hypnotist. Yes, look into my eyes, around my eyes, back in the room, and yes, I can make you bark like a dog if you really want me to. Didn't like the ethics of that industry. I kind of found myself as obviously a single mum with 2 kids, needed a career, an occupation, so I actually fell in love with fruit bouquets, and I became an award-winning fruit bouquet maker, which led me in turn to working with Peter Jones from Dragon's Den, who encouraged me to make animals out of fruit. Thanks for that one, Pete. Bombed successfully. So I had no choice, but I had to reinvent myself yet again. So I packaged all the information up, stuck it online, became an internet marketer, sold it all around the world and travelled the world teaching female entrepreneurs how to set up their own businesses. But boom, the U-bombs keep coming. Sadly, last year I was struck down with a very nasty illness which prevented me from working for 6 months, and I'm still recovering from that today. But one thing I will say is that U-bombs are an opportunity for growth, for reinvention, for rebirth. They really are an opportunity for you. So, to paraphrase Charles Darwin, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent of the species that will survive. It is those more adaptable to change. Reinvention really is a gift to you. So if you're ever faced with your own U-bomb moment, remember that you can always choose how you're going to reinvent yourself. Because after all, it's not that everything is possible in this life. It's just that anything is possible with reinvention. really, the future is ours to create. Thank you very much.